What's going on, everybody? Apollo from 101 on Arsenal YouTube channel here. And I just want to say welcome to all of you West Ham fans. It's West Ham Arsenal at 8 o'clock on Saturday. It's a late one, but it is what it is. Mixed between two teams here. West Ham coming off a loss last week and still don't know where the goals are going to be coming from. Arsenal coming back off a fantastic back end of last season with wins against City, Chelsea in the final. They've beaten Liverpool twice now, and the Wolves game as well. And they started off like a bat out of hell last week, beating Fulham 3-0. And obviously, the captain now has signed a 3-year deal. The team is buzzing. And they're buzzing because of a few different things. The makeup has completely been improved month on month, week on week. Last week, we saw two things we didn't really see from the team. We saw some ball-winning capability from Elneny in the midfield, winning 5 duels. We saw 6-headed clearances from Gabriel and 4 duels won on the floor. So people couldn't go past him on the floor. He was shutting them down, winning 56% of his duels. And then he was dominating the air when Fulham tried to play the long ball over. In the midfield, Willian was a big difference. That link between the midfield to the forwards, which we've been so lacking over the last year, he provided nearly 3 assists in that game. And look, he's just going to fill in there and do a job professionally. And it's kind of the reason why Pepe didn't start. You got a £72 million guy who's now on the bench. But he's really there to just take a look at Willian and see what Willian is doing and then to try to follow that model. That's really the template. Remember, Pepe's 24, William's 32. So there's a big difference between the two. Seriously, when you think about it, it's a real mix and improvement from what we had from last year. Last year, we wasn't a very good team in possession, in the midfield, playing those quick passes, creating space, and trying to keep tight. We were still in a position where certain times it wasn't going well. Even when we beat Liverpool 2-1 in the league, we weren't playing great at all. And that's kind of changed this season. This season, they're more fluid, they're more poised on the ball, they're better going past players as well. So we're going to continue to see that improvement. How's it going to affect our lineup? We're probably going to go like this. We're going to go Leno in goal. We're going to go with a back three, again, of Holding, Gabriel and Tierney. And I say that because David Luiz, who had a neck injury, which we feared was going to be around 4 to 6 weeks, he's actually now back in training. So he'll be on the bench if he doesn't start. And I don't think you should start him for someone who had that kind of a scare. I think you kind of leave him. Liverpool's coming up after this, and I think they're bigger fish to fry. So I think you rest Luiz. And also, Pablo Mari's back in training next week as well. So, the back line is starting to build up somewhat, and there's always William Saliba as well. So I wouldn't really rush too many players in there. Where I would rush players is in the midfield. So we have Bellerin, right wing back. We had last week Elneny, who was boss, but I think you've got to give Ceballos a start. That tandem of Ceballos and Xhaka was played last year in some of the best games that we had, and at some point you've got to try and take a look at that and see what that looks like. I don't mind if Elneny starts again, because to me he actually played better than Xhaka, and but I would like to actually go with a combination of Ceballos and Elneny in the midfield and see what that looks like. So, I'd love to see that. On the left, we're going to be going with Maitland-Niles, and up front is where you're going to see Aubameyang on the left. You're going to see Willian on the right. I would like to see Nketiah in the middle. I just think he offers you a lot more defensively as well. I think he has better movement and defensive aptitude. But they're probably going to go with Lacazette because Lacazette's banging in the goals at the moment. And as long as he's doing that, you have to keep playing the guy. But I'm going for a 3-0 win for Arsenal, guys. As I said, we're seeing a difference in the way that the ball movement is, understanding how the system works now. We've been more progressive in our play rather than a new system coming in and then you're being reactive to what's going on around you. Arsenal doesn't seem to be reactive anymore. And that's what happens. Look, Liverpool, Man United, City, all these teams have played together for a very long time, including West Ham. And Arsenal, you put all these new pieces in, and a new manager who's only been there half a season, and it still takes them a little bit of time to find their feet. And I think Arsenal are now sort of going over that hill where they're trying to see what's happening on the other side. where they're starting to look a lot more fluid and better in possession. So I'm going for a 3-0 win. Let me know what you guys think, man, but that's my prediction. Like to hear what you guys think. Apollo, and I'm out. Peace. Right back at you.